Welcome to Southwest Florida Real Estate Update, hosted by area realtor Jim York and York Real Estate Group of Downing Fry Realty. Our show will bring you the most up-to-date information about the local real estate market, featuring leading experts in the real estate field.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Southwest Florida Real Estate Update. I'm Michael York with the York Real Estate Group, and I'm joined today by our host Jim York and his guest John Hillman, Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Talis Park.
Thank you, Michael. John, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
I'm excited here today to get a little update on Talis Park. And for our viewers that maybe haven't seen our last show, maybe you could just tell them a little bit about your role with Talis Park.
Sure. I'm the Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing. I handle all sales and marketing operations for Talis Park, and I work really carefully also with our builders. We have 15 builders at Talis Park, so I spend a fair amount of my time collaborating with them, architects and other designers. But basically, our central sales operations is where I spend most of my day job, you might say.
That's good.
John, I'd like to talk to you about some of the success that you guys have been having over at Talis Park. Maybe you can, for our viewers, compare this year versus last year on sales volume and closed transactions.
Sure. It's a pretty amazing journey that we've been on. 3 years ago when we started, we did about 10 units. We started in the fall of 12, and then in 13 we did a little over 40 units. Last year in 14 we did about 94 sales. This year, in 94 sales, about $100 million in volume. This year, at the end of June, we reported $82 million in sales volume, and well over 60 plus sales that we've done. So we're on pace to eclipse last year, and it's like a snowball. It's just kind of feeding on itself. We kind of have two transactions. We sell the property, the land first, and then we sell a construction project on top of that. So land sales from last year are turning into construction projects this year.
And how long does it take for somebody to build a home there?
Once you put shovels in the ground, we always like to tell people 10 months to a year to build about a 3,500 to 4,000 square foot home. The bigger homes, the 6,000 plus, will be about 18 months to 2 years, depending on how fast you get through the design process.
Okay. John, I've been over there quite a bit, obviously. So what is, maybe you could just go over what is attracting the people to Talis Park? Because let's face it, it's one of the hottest communities, or the hottest community in the Naples area.
Sure. I think it's a range of things. People are always looking for choice. And what we look at is even in the amenities of Talis Park, you can be a golfer and love being there as a golfer. You can be a wine lover and have plenty of things to enjoy with some of the social and culinary programs that we have there. Right now we're building what might arguably be one of the finest tennis facilities in Naples. And it's funny, but people love bocce ball, and so people are getting into the bocce experience. And we're learning our lessons from some of the competing neighborhoods that have established those amenities as core and central to what they do. But here's the thing that I think is really different about Talis. There's a real spirit there. There's a real energy to the place. And I think it comes from, we're kind of new, and everybody's new together. And so there's that sort of shared camaraderie that's going on.
Absolutely, and the clubhouse is well on its way. Maybe go into a little bit about that and when you guys think that will be completed. Well,
with the rainy weather we've had lately, we're glad that it's nearly dried in. It's been underway. We started in the fall of last year, and it's anticipated another nearly 50,000 square feet of facility will complete by the holidays of this year. So by Thanksgiving, we hope to be serving the first meals there. So that adds all the facilities we'll ever need at Talis Park in terms of food and beverage. Our golf pro shop will be there. There's cart storage in the basement of the building, several new restaurants. And then what's interesting about the building is the way it lays out. It's very, I call it porous. You can walk through and there's a lot of indoor and outdoor spaces. And you literally could have a meal every day of the week in that facility, which is pretty amazing. So it's a great place if you want to go and gather and have a private dinner of 10 or 12. If you want to eat with groups of 100, it's all there for your enjoyment.
Maybe we could bring up on the screen some of the pictures of the Vine House.
Sure, that'd be great. So as you're looking at this image here, what's in the front row there is what was developed Christmas of 13. We opened that for the first, if you will, 50 families. And now with the growth of Talis Park, there was a need to put on all the facilities. So you'll see on the far right in that image the resort style pool that we have. Some other images that you may see here will show you the arrival from the golf course. This is a great flavor of what it's going to be like when you come up the 18th green. You're going to see the pro shop at the lower level, and then all the food and beverage and restaurant facilities are up on that second level there, overlooking that really amazing backdrop.
Absolutely.
This speaks to that idea of the porous nature. There's these interior courtyards, and this one with the little string lights, you can imagine when the sun goes down, this might be one of those favorite spots. We actually modeled this after the Breakers Hotel, their Palm Court.
Oh, really?
So it's almost to the exact same scale of that. So we're really excited about that. The other thing that I kind of referred to earlier is the sports campus, and we're putting in 6 hard true courts so we can have league play. We're putting in 4 bocce lanes and 2 swim lanes. So again, it's all about giving our owners a set of choices. The other thing in this image that's nice is we're putting in a south entry to complement our main entry that you see off Livingston. So with the amount of rooftops that we have going, which is nearly 100 right now on top of the 100 already delivered, we're going to need capacity for multiple entrances.
Well, John, we're going to take a little short break here, and we'll be back in 1 minute, okay? Thank you.
When picking a realtor, don't just pick anyone. Pick someone with experience. Pick someone with a proven track record. Pick a realtor like Jim York from Downing Fry Realty, the #1 brokerage with the most real estate transactions in the area.
My husband and I had very specific ideas about what we wanted in our new home. Jim York was able to help us find the home that was ideal for us.
With over 20 years of real estate experience in Southwest Florida, Jim York has negotiated over $200 million in sales contracts. Selecting the right realtor is a critical decision that can earn you thousands when selling or save you thousands when buying.
Jim also helped us with a mortgage lender and a good real estate attorney. He went that extra mile, and his experience says it all.
Call Jim York for a no-obligation meeting at 239-273-6727 or visit his website, www.naplesyorkrealestate.com.
Welcome back. John, for the people that are looking at Talis Park as a potential residence, what are the different options of homes that they have there, starting from the least expensive, moving up into the estate homes, and maybe how many total residents there will be when Talis Park's completely built out?
Sure. We essentially go from a low 700s to $10 million and everything in between. And so we tend to say the first purchase, if you will, is buying into this idea of the community and what we stand for and the level of things that you can do and enjoy there. And then along the continuum of condominium living, we have luxury condos. It starts with our coach home product. There's 2 different floor plans you can have there. Then we have WCI has developed a community called Carrera, and it's 3,000 square feet of living on a single level. People love it because the elevator opens right into the unit, kind of gives you that penthouse flavor. And then a project that we're really excited about as well is the idea that I want to live next to the Vine House. I want to experience that. I want to have the chef come to my unit and actually prepare meals. And so we call that Residences at Vine House. And I think I've got some images that I can share with you about that. Really what happens with Vine House is it frames this village scenario. And as you drive in over the bridge, you see this really great experience of coming into the village. The buildings to the right are the second phase of Vine House, Residences at Vine House. And in the far back left corner there is the facility that we're offering now in phase 1. As you kind of zoom into the building, you can see the front facade, which is literally just steps away from Vine House. And so if we get the next image. So literally right there in the foreground is Vine House, steps away. So as I like to say, that workout is about 18 seconds away, and that glass of wine is about 22 seconds away.
That's nice.
Maybe the other way around, depending on what kind of mood you're in.
Right.
But this is a really neat experience, and we really want to leverage this investment we've made in Vine House. It's over $20 million, and we want people to enjoy it. And so we give you a housing opportunity to enjoy that.
Can you tell us a little bit about the size of those
Sure.
The residents of that?
So what's interesting, there's 14 units. There's 11 different floor plans.
Okay.
So it's very bespoke, it's very distinctive, and you go literally from 2,600 square feet to, at the very top levels, we have penthouses that are 5,500 square feet plus 2,000 of outdoor space. So you really are getting, we like to refer to them as almost homes in the sky. We also came up with a set of design schemes to help people get started. It can be completely custom, but you can also start off with 3 really almost like personalities. A lot of people are traditional, and so there's a timeless traditional flavor. There's a contemporary style that's in there, and then there's a coastal chic kind of flavor, not as I call grandma's coastal, but more of an updated transitional coastal, which is nice. So again, this is about giving people choices, and in the condominium range, we've got those 3 different styles and offerings. And then within single family living, you could live, a really neat community is called Watercourse. It's literally right between Vine House and the driving range. And it's this idea, again, I want to live in the village, divorce myself from my car, and be able to walk to both of those experiences or take my golf cart. And those are almost like courtyard style homes. They're single family homes, water in the back, you have a small pool in the backyard, but they go from 2,500 to 3,600 square feet. And then we move to your kind of classic golf course communities where we've got, you know, homes in the 3,000 to 5,000 square foot range. And then what we're also looking at is we have a very unique enclave called Ferenz, and it's behind a secondary gate at Talis Park. These are full acre sized lots, and homes in there with a home and the land will be between $6 and $10 million. And there's only 13 of them. We've sold 2 of them so far. And we're excited now that Vine House is finished. I think people who would make that sort of investment now feel really good about it because the clubhouse will be done way before their home will be done.
Absolutely.
And one thing we were talking about off camera is that the people that are living there are really full-time people, right?
Well, surprisingly, there's a big number that are threatening 6 months in a day and would love to be down here sooner rather than later as they're changing domicile from other places. But in the larger homes that we have sold, they are full-time residents. And so it's interesting when we go to development meetings and we're sharing with our owners what's going on. People are asking for both their kids and their grandkids. And so it's interesting when you talk about playgrounds and it's for full-time owners wanting to enjoy those facilities. So we're excited about the diversity that's happening at Talis Park.
Yeah. Well, John, we're going to take another little short break and we're going to be back in 1 minute, okay?
Sure.
Thinking of buying or selling a home in Naples, Marco, Bonita, or Estero, Florida? Think of the most experienced York Real Estate Group associated with the #1 brokerage in Naples, Downing Fry Realty, which produced $1.9 billion in sales in 2014, controlling 43% of all transactions in Naples. Jim, Michael, and Morgan York make up the York Real Estate Group of Downing Fry Realty. With over $250 million in sales transactions, they can offer you the expertise and trust you want and need in a Realtor. Call them today at 239-273-6727 or visit their website, www.naplesyorkrealestate.com.
Welcome back. John, now let's go into my favorite part of the segment, which is the golf course. It's it's very unique, and it's, I think, drawing a lot of people to the community as well. But you know, maybe what makes it so unique in the grass and its playability for really golfers of all levels.
It's really true. This is a really neat collaboration. Greg Norman and Pete Dye have only developed 2 courses in the world together, and we feel very fortunate Talis Park's one of those. But the other hallmark is certainly the playing surface, this sea dwarf paspalum grass, which took me a while to learn how to say, but it's a great set of playing surface for people. Our tees, greens, and fairways are all done the same surface. We have multiple sets of tees, so you're right that everybody can enjoy it. We also built it on over 110 acres, so most golf courses might be 85 to 95, so we've got a little more runway to work with.
Right.
And then if you spray it a little bit, we put some orange groves in between, so at least you're able to kind of eat the view as you go through it. It's something we really enjoy, and even if you're not a golfer, it's just beautiful to look at, the way it's landscaped. We're pretty excited because in the last few months and years, we've been testing some things that we think will help continue the playing surface be what it is. There's some new technologies. In the summer in Florida, you often see golf courses aerate, and so they go through that. We have a new technology that we're going to test out this summer that allows us to not only punch, but we can flush the grass out and take out any kind of the poor sediments that you don't want in there. So we tested that back in May. It worked really well. And in June and July, we had some great playing surface. So it speeds up the recovery of this aeration process you have to go through.
Absolutely.
By how much time does that speed it up?
You know, we were actually seeing people play within almost 10 days,
10 days,
which
okay.
is really remarkable.
Right.
But it's more important for just the health. We know that we're airifying and we're getting rid of a lot of the bad sediment, so that part's been great. The other thing that we're really excited about for golfers that are trying to improve their game is when Vine House opens, the pro shop as it sits today is going to move over to Vine House, and that's going to be home base. So this outbuilding we call Casa Cortese, where people have lunch and they have drinks after their game, is going to turn into the Golf Academy at Talis Park. And so we've always had it envisioned where you could be hitting out of the check-in area.
That's right, yeah.
And there's camera positions, so we can be working with people with cameras and technology and really turn it into the proper academy, a teaching academy.
Yeah, maybe just tell viewers about the driving range too, because it is it's a very nice facility there. It's important to people if they really are on top of their game rather than hitting out into the water.
Completely, and it's always nice when you hit Pro V1 golf balls
Right.
too. So that's nice for that real discerning golfer. We're also working with the way we're cutting the grass is setting up different green positions where you can do some target shots. There's a wonderful short game practice area,
That's right.
actually 2 different areas, and then at the far end of the driving range, you can go down there and actually have a private lesson with Dave Witt and the team. So it's really well set up for people who want to improve their game. And even if you're just starting out, you have some private places to go kind of work on those early efforts towards the game.
And the membership opportunities out there?
Yes, there's basically two offerings. You can be a sports member, which allows you to use all the culinary, fitness facilities, and tennis programs. It's a one-time initiation of $30,000. And then there's a full golf membership, which is everything that sports is, plus golf, locker rooms. We encourage people to use their own golf carts at Talis Park.
Right.
And they can do an annual trail fee, which is nice. You just, right from your garage, right to the first tee if you want it.
And John, in our last show you explained, I thought that was an important part of the show, was describe the team that you have out there from the restaurant maybe out to the pro shop, because that's an important part for people that are going to live there.
It is. You know, there's kind of 3 big things that I talk about with people that we care about. First one starts with great design. So
Right.
as it gets into architecture and the collaboration we've had with architects and local design firms. The second one is just giving people choice, which we've talked about.
Right.
And then the third one is this idea of hospitality. And I often use the reference of travel. And when you stay in hotels, you can go stay at a beautiful Ritz-Carlton with maybe 300 rooms. Well, we're more like that 100-room bed and breakfast where we kind of know what you want, and sometimes we even can anticipate things that you want before you even ask for it. That starts with Butch Stewart, our GM. Butch has been in this market for 20-plus years. He's run some of the best clubs in this area. Anna Peterson is our food and beverage director, comes from the Ritz-Carlton, comes from that training. Really anticipates what people are looking for, and she puts on weddings and she puts on special functions for owners to create those special memories that people want to have. And then our director of golf operations, Dave Witt, came from Firestone in Ohio, has just a great background in the golf business, and enjoys putting on tournaments, enjoys teaching kids how to play golf and adults. So there's just a real passion there to help people enjoy their lives and the experiences that they're trying to create.
Well, John, I'd like to thank you for coming today, and
Thanks.
I know our viewers are happy also, but I just want to say that I think I've been here 20 years, and I think Talis Park is something that everyone should go out there and take a look at if they're in the market for a home.
Well, thank you very much. We're very proud of it. We've got a lot of work to do, but we're excited about what's going on there.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.